Good morning, my friends. As I promised you, I want to take our work with anger in the context of a relationship with someone deeply beloved to us, partner, dear friend, mother or father, sister, anyone who is beloved and with whom sometimes you struggle with anger or misunderstanding. I know for me, sometimes the ones who are most dear to me are oddly enough the ones who can trigger just that kind of judgment and anger in me. And to tell you the truth, it honestly, at first, horrifies me. And I do not respond gently to my own anger, but rather wish it to go away. In just that way of wrong thinking or wrong view, I see the other as separate from me, oppositional, stubborn, or unthinking. And I am very uncomfortable having those kind of thoughts, and yet I have them. Sometimes. And I would imagine that if you're human, you have these too, sometimes. And if you're the kind of human who wants to practice mindfulness, they may also horrify you when they come up in yourself towards someone that you know is deeply beloved and with whom you desire closeness and peace. Back in 2012, Thich Nhat Hanh, who many of us as his students call Thai, which means teacher, appeared on Super Soul Sunday with Oprah in a very rare interview, which, by the way, is still available on YouTube. In this conversation, he spoke about his 4 mantras for relationship success, and they struck me as truly powerful, not only in working with anger and judgment, but also the inner transformation it takes to restore that connection once it has been broken by my own anger, no matter what the other person may have done to generate that. So let us be seated for our meditative practice. Steady, breathing, eyes gently closed, and taking time to arrange any part of your body so that it is supported and comfortable and will not distract you as you go about practicing your mindfulness. Got it? Okay. The 4 mantras that Thai presented really struck a chord for me. And here they are. When there is suffering or anger, especially the justified kind, here is what can come from my compassionate heart. For me, I have to practice this inside more than saying it out loud, because that's where the transformation happens. And then from there, the right words will come to reconnect. Darling, I'm here for you. Darling, I know you are there for me, and I am so happy that you are truly there. Darling, I know that you suffer. That is why I'm here for you. Darling, I suffer. I am trying my best to practice and love you. Please help me. Notice there is no separation. We are both suffering, and we are both here for each other, and we are temporarily disconnected by harshness. So bring to mind a beloved with whom you've had a conflict and tense interaction that has caused separation or justified anger. Imagine the look on their face and what they did or said that created that response in you, or so you think. That's what created the response. but see their face and hear their words very clearly. Feel it in your body, just as you did in our last meditation. Wherever that body sensation lives in you of anger, ego, or self-justification. Breathing, and follow along with me with these 4 mantras. Looking at the face of your beloved as you remember it. Darling, I'm here for you. This is a way of jamming on the brakes of your racing mind to make emotional room for the other. In it, we can learn to accept those in our lives who are beloved with no strings attached, unconditionally, in spite of deficiencies, sometimes because of them. Holding the image of your beloved's face. Darling, I know you are there for me, and I'm so happy that you are truly there. Expressing love and gratitude with the gift of your appreciation, which sometimes I know for me at those moments I have forgotten. Darling, I know you suffer. That is why I am here for you. Paradoxically, compassionate listening opens us to the view of others and is actually self-empowering. It's an opportunity to cast off judgment and to draw deeply on our inner well of compassion that exists in each one of us by divine creation. Giving it away, we get to keep it as well. And holding that face in your mind's eye. Finally, darling, I suffer. I am trying my best to practice and to love you. Please help me. This is perhaps the most difficult of all 4 mantras to say aloud and to practice. We resist acknowledging our own turmoil and resist seeking assistance or put up a false front or fall into self-pity and frustration. It is so very human. How much longer do we refuse to give up our shields of reaction, defiance, hostility, blame, bitterness? Instead, let us acknowledge our insecurities and reconnect by asking, please help me. I am trying my best. Accepting ourselves unconditionally as we accepted our beloved in spite of our deficiencies of the moment. And as you breathe in on the next in-breath, allow that breath to go to the top and the edges and all the way through your entire body to your fingertips, the top of your head. And breathe it out slowly and let it take with it any remaining tension that you feel from encountering this new way of relating to your beloved. When the two of you are in a condition of separation or anger or ego that thrives on justifying who's wrong and who's not, you might notice that the ego is pretty useless in these situations, but boy, does it make a lot of noise. And so take these thoughts with you, my friend. Maybe look for that YouTube interview because you'll enjoy it. Take these ideas with you. Imagine your practice shifting. And look for ways, look for places where you can practice this response to your beloved. Namaste. Amen.